Assalamu alaikum dear students and welcome back. We are going to talk about formal letters today, and these are the contents of this lecture. We will talk about letter writing, the concept of letter writing, and we'll talk about the types of official letters and the parts of formal letters and different formats for letter writing and different types of letters. And you can see these 7 kinds of letters on the very first slide: appeal letter, business letter, cover letter, letter of inquiry, query letter, sales letter, and thank you letter. And there are so many other types of letters as well that we will be discussing in today's lecture. So first of all, let's talk about different formats of letter writing. There are basically 3 major formats of letter writing. The first one is the full block format, and the second one is semi block format, or you can call it a style as well, and the third one is indent block style. And we'll talk about these 3 styles one by one. Okay, so if we talk about the standard the standard format of a letter, okay, you can see this here in this screen as well and here as well. So the standard letter, it has the following ingredients or the following components. The first one is heading, and heading is basically your address, we call it the sender's address as well, your address and the date. And then the second important component of the letter is the address, the receiver's address, the recipient's address, and the name. And the third important component of a letter is the salutations, and salutations are basically the greetings, and they are followed by a colon. And the fourth component of letter is the body, and that is the main part of the letter. And then the fifth component of a letter is closing, and we call it a goodbye. We mostly do the closing with a goodbye, and it is followed by a comma. And then by the end of the letter, we do the signatures. We call it subscriptions as well, handwritten between the closing and your name. You can see it here that first your postal address, and it is punctuated properly, it goes here, and then after that you insert the date. And according to the modern style, your address can go on this side as well. Okay, so it's not a big deal if you are writing it on right or left. Okay, you can write it both ways, on the left and on the right as well. And after that you go for the name and the position of the addressee or the receiver of the letter. And after that you go for the body of the letter, set out in well organized paragraphs. And before that, before you move for the body, you have to go for the salutation. So this is number 1, and date is number 2, and the receiver's address, that is number 3. And then after that, salutation is number 4, and the subject of the letter, that is underlined, it's number 5. And then number 6 is the body. Okay, so after body, you have to indent the paragraph as well, and after body you go for the complimentary close. And even if you know the addressee personally, you have to finish it with yours faithfully. And after that you go for the signature and write down your own name. So that is the general layout of a formal letter. And here you can have it in the according to the modern template. According to the modern template, you write your full name and address on this side of the page from the start, and then you write the date, and then the recipient's name, the title, the name of the company, and the address, like this. And then you go for the salutations. After that you move into the body of the letter. First of all you write the introduction, and then the details, the conclusion, then the closing, and then your signature. And your name, if you want to write down your name and the name of the company again, you can do that, but that is optional, it's not necessary. Now let's talk about the difference between the block and modified block format, and these two are basically the most commonly used formats of writing the letters. Now let me tell you this, that whether you are following the block format or the modified block format, the components of the letter will remain same. It's basically just a difference of the structure. Now in block format, all the information begins flushed to the left margin. Now everything is on the left side of the margin. The sender's address, the receiver's address, the subject, the date, the salutations, the body, the closings, everything is on the left side in the block format. When it comes to the modified block format, the date and the company information, they begin at the center or at the right top corner, and then you write the remaining letter, like the receiver's address, the subject, the salutation, the whole of the letter, it goes on left, and then again the closing, the salutations and the signature, they begin at the center or at the right corner. So that is the difference between block and the modified block format. I personally recommend this block format because it's easy, and it's easy to remember, it's easy to manage. So yes, block format is cool. Now let's talk about some of the types of business letter. The first one is cover letter, and cover letter is sent with a package, report or other item, and the purpose of a cover letter is to describe what is enclosed and provide a description of what the receiver should do with it. All right, and then the second type of the letter is thank you letters, and these can be great for networking and relationship building. Don't just write a thanks for or thank you and leave it at that. Provide more details about what they did and how it helped you, and then you can close with a second expression of thankfulness. Now if someone does you a favor, or takes care of you in an official, I would say that situation, so you need to be thankful, you need to pay your gratitude to that person, and one way of doing that is by writing the thank you letters. The third type is complaint letters. The key to these type of letters is to demonstrate that you are displeased without being over the top angry. Now that is the skill here, that you have to show your displeasure but without being angry, and you have to suggest how the receiver of the letter might correct the situation. So that's what we do in the complaint letters. Next type of the letter is adjustment letters, and this is a response to a complaint letter. If you are working somewhere, you receive a complaint, so as a response to that complaint, mostly we need to write the adjustment letters. All right, okay. Now what we do in adjustment letters, this is the response to a complaint letter, and the point is to be humble in the response and to offer potential solutions. You want to avoid burning bridges, and instead you use your response as a relationship building tool. Okay, and the next type of letter is bad news letters. The key with bad news letter is to soften the blow. Being direct is valued in business writing, but when it comes to writing bad news letters, it is best to remind the receiver about what actually works in your business relationship before breaking the bad news to him. Instead of just throwing the bad news at people, what you should do is that you should do that in a polite way. Okay, and then the next type of letter is acknowledgement letters, and the acknowledgement letters, they are meant to acknowledge that you received an item from someone, or that you are aware of the fact or error they have pointed out. Let the receiver know when you receive the package or information, and then thank them for it. Okay, so that's basically a thank you letter where you acknowledge about the situation or about the packages or the material that you receive. Then comes the memos, because the full name of this memo is actually the memorandum. They're often used to spread important information, important news and directives inside a company. The point with memos is to be fast and to the point with your communication. So they are basically inside or internal communication formats. And next we have the congratulatory letters. The idea with these type of letters is to stay on point and avoid sounding over the top or mocking. Describe what motivated you to send a congratulations and the positive feedback that you have already heard. And when it comes to the congratulatory letters, we need to keep them concise. The response letters, it is about explaining or listening of how a request was fulfilled. And a letter of request, the key with these type of letters is to ask for help without groveling or being overly emotional. Take a hard look at the adjectives you are using in this letter, because when it comes to request, you should be really careful about the adjectives or the choices of your vocabulary. And then the next type is sales letters, and these letters require a strong call to action or hook at the beginning so that the receiver continues to read and discovers the benefits of whatever you are selling. And make sure to provide information so that they can easily respond to that. And then comes the resignation letter, and this is about giving notice that you are leaving a position, providing a last day of employment, and explaining what is causing you to leave that organization. Here are some tips for all kind of letters. The first step is to write the vital information about your company, in essence the name, the contact information and the address, etc. The next step is to mention the date. Then you need to include the recipient's information, and you need to choose an appropriate salutation. You need to write the main text and body clearly using pronouns and appropriate tone, active voice, and a courteous approach, as if you are in, you should be always having that courteous approach with a lot of courtesy whenever you are writing a letter. In the end, you should wrap up using proper closing and signing the letter, and after signing you should also include enclosures if they are necessary. And by the last, after proofreading, you should post the letter to the desired address. Okay, now let's talk about all of these types in detail. The first one is cover letters. First of all, a cover letter is a one-page document that candidates submit along with their resumes. It takes the employers on a guided journey of their greatest career and life achievement. No matter if you're a student or an experienced professional, a cover letter is an important document to show your skills, experience, and why you are fit for the position you are applying for. And here are 3 tips for the cover letters. Number 1, don't try to fit your whole career in your cover letter. It should have a carefully curated collection of stories, and don't state a skill that you don't actually have. You'll definitely regret it when you're asked to use that skill in the interview. So you'll end up as a lawyer. And keep it concise and to the point. The employer does not have enough time to sit down and read an entire memoir, right? So these are 3 tips for the cover letters, and that's a sample cover letter. You can just pause the video and just have a look at this cover letter. Otherwise, I'll share that with you during the class as well. And the next type of letter was the business invites. These letters are a formal way to reach out to a company or an individual and invite them to attend an event hosted by your company. Now, a business event tends to be formal, and an invitation letter is most likely to be formal as well. But if you are organizing a casual event, it should be reflected in your that invitation, and the tone should be a little bit informal. And the tips for writing a business invite is write the letter in such a way that it builds anticipation about the event, and clearly mention the date, the time, and the venue, and set a friendly follow-up to remind them of the event as well. And this is a sample or a template for the business invite. And then we have the complaint letters. And complaint letter is a way to formally express your disappointment. You can report a bad experience, poor customer service, or let a company know that their products did not meet your expectations. Now, the key to this letter is that it shouldn't sound like you are nagging, but also shouldn't lose its importance as well if you want to be taken if you want it to be taken seriously. Now, what are the tips for the complaint letter? Number 1, don't get too emotional or over the top angry. Just simply state the facts, and be cordial and professional. Let them know the entire story, and how would you like them to rectify their mistakes. And if you are writing a letter of resignation, a letter of resignation is a document that notifies your employer that you are leaving the job. Whether you work at a coffee shop or a big short company, it is a proper protocol to submit a letter of resignation before you leave. And keep it simple, stick to the facts, and don't start complaining about things. Resignation letters are not the right place for complaints and critiques. Okay. Thank your boss and the company for the opportunities, and describe some of the key things you learned on the job. And if you're in a high profile position, consider your words super carefully, because your letter would likely be made public for the other members of the staff as well. Now, the order letters, they are also known as the purchase orders. These letters are used to order things or to buy material, and they act as a legal record documenting the transaction between the buyer and the seller. Now, these letters are generally written by one business to another business to make an order or to modify it. And here are the tips for writing an order letter. Be concise and clear to avoid any kind of misunderstanding or confusion, and include everything the seller would need to deliver the order and get the payment, and provide contact information for future conversations or follow-ups. And if you're writing a letter of recommendation, these letters intend to recommend someone for an internship, for a job, for some fellowships, or some other opportunities. Now, before hiring an employee, many employers ask for such kind of letters. It tells why the person the letter is about it is a good person to hire, and describes their strengths and abilities as well. Now, here are the tips for writing a letter of recommendation. Be honest and don't agree to write a letter to someone you don't know. Now, that's the most important thing. Use specific examples to highlight the person's strengths, skills, and abilities, and include why you believe that candidate would excel in the role. Many times, people overlook the importance of writing persuasive business letters because the concept just does not interest them, as a result of which people don't know how to write a business letter. Now, this is again a template of a business email that you can use in the letters as well. The opening should be friendly, then you should need to tell the reason, then if there are some attachments, you can talk about that as well, and you can offer help, as a courtesy, and then you need to add a closing line, and then you should go for the friendly goodbyes. Now, these are some of the guidelines for writing email. Number one, open with a proper salutation, and include a clear, brief, and specific subject line, and close with a signature, and avoid abbreviations. Be brief, and use a good format, and read, revise, and review whenever you are writing it. And you should reply promptly when it comes to email writing, and you should use reply all sparingly. You should not always be using that. Do not send your reply to everyone who received the initial email unless your message absolutely needs to be read by the entire group. And avoid using all caps. Now, the capital letters are used on the internet to communicate emphatic emotions or yelling, and can be considered rude. So avoid using all caps. And if you are adding some links, you need to test it to make sure that it works. And if you are going to attach large files, you need to email ahead of time, so that the people, they can manage enough of the space in their mailboxes. And if you receive an email or a letter, you need to give feedbacks and keep a follow-up as well. And then, as I mentioned, the last type of the letter was memorandum. So this is how we write the memorandum. This is the format: to, and then from, and then the date and the subject, and then we follow the same guidelines for memorandum as we follow in the emails and the letters. So today we had a general discussion about the letter writing, and we will continue this discussion for next 3 to 4 lectures, and we'll talk about letter writing in detail. Stay connected, and for the previous lectures you can just check the description, and there you will find the link for the whole course. And Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching this lecture. See you again. Allah Hafiz.